The college football season this year is longer than ever, so it is very fitting that on this spectacular April Saturday in Columbus, we here on Fox start our college football coverage as early as we ever have. Ryan Day and the Buckeyes filing in. So here we go. This is your game format. If you are at home and you are saying, oh, I want the Scarlet team to win or I want the Gray team to win, here is what the scoring system looks like. 3 for a takeaway, 3 and out gets you 3 points as well. You saw Fielding kick off alone, so he gets the first spotlight, and the second one is Will Howard, who battled for the starting quarterback spot at Kansas State. He understands this situation.
And I think the one thing that Chip Kelly is going to bring to this offense is expanded run game now.
Yep.
Ohio State's always had dynamic throwers. Now they have 2 of the best running backs in the country. You're going to see an expanded run game.
Very business school of depreciating asset, Brady.
Yeah, can I get a dictionary down here? I don't know where Brady's going.
Third down for Will Howard. The pressure did get there. And Buckeye fans, Coach Meyer, are going to hope to see that a lot this year from guys like Jack Sawyer. So we saw Lincoln Kienholz in the Cotton Bowl in back of Devin Brown. He's the guy that gets the second series here.
Jeremiah Smith, what can you tell us about number 4?
He's got a chance to be special. He really does.
I think where most young men are at this age. So I understand what comes along with that statement, but this young man's going to tear up college football, in my opinion.
Devin Brown now gets the 3rd series for Ohio State. The guy who has been here longest, understands the offense probably with the most intricacy right now and just the program itself.
Chip Kelly, Dan Mullen, and Ryan Day.
It is a history that goes a long way back. So Devin Brown in the offense with some movement downfield here.
Coach, take me to how you evaluate your guys, Will and Devin, in a thud tempo style. What are you looking at?
Yeah, it's this on schedule, and then also how do they convert on 3rd down? And I think right here that's a big 3rd down pickup. Now we get into the red zone. You want to see how he's going to react.
Not a runner. I wasn't much of a runner, but when I got in the red zone, believe me, I was looking to take off if I could.
3rd down on the roll. Devin Brown ends up at the sideline. This defense, I think we've learned in the first couple series, that's Jaden Bonsu who took him to the paint. And now we see the depth of the quarterback room. Another Alabama transfer officially, Julian Sayin, as he drops it off for T.C. Caffey. 3rd down for Sayin, climbing the pocket, and the walls collapse again, Joel. You saw Will Howard with his hands to his head. They're testing out the whole new communication system in college football. There's a lot to talk about with the iPads over on the sideline as well, and rules about that. And Marvin Harrison Jr. himself was one of those. Certainly, Jenny, I was going to say, he looked very serious as you were standing there talking to Emeka, and that's how all business he was. He just walked away because he had to put his helmet on.
Obviously, the parents, the families are phenomenal. But to then take them to the next level is our goal.
What are you looking for today? Because you got some veterans, right? Emeka is not going to do anything today.
It's scary stuff.
That's what allowed him to be an NFL caliber wide receiver too, is all the little things, how detailed he was, and he shares that and brings that to the way he coaches up these young men, and you can see why.
Because starting all the way back with Terry McLaurin and KJ Hill and those guys, Paris, those guys, it just there was old guy after old guy after old guy, Chris Olave.
And they become selfish players about getting the ball. And that becomes, every young player is selfish. If you have veteran players.
Oh, my Ibuka. Wow.
Make a catch like that, I think I would be pretty selfish.
Joel, you can step
leader.
in there quarterback if you got receivers that make catches like that, right?
Well, from field level, from down here, that ball looks like a borderline throwaway. And then he goes up like that one-handed. What a remarkable.
Staff changes. Joel, I believe you've got Chip Kelly in a moment here downstairs.
Yes, sir. Standing with Chip Kelly. That's a nice run from Lincoln right there. So,
And we talked about it a little bit. It was intriguing.
Well, it's obviously a great fit because of the former pupil ran over here and he started barking calls. He said, no more of that play.
I was good with that. play wasn't working. That was a good call by him.
There we go. Good decision by his former quarterback, fellas.
Much more involved in defense and special teams as well.
Yeah, there's no question. You and I have talked about that. I think you're exactly right. I mean, today's day and age, the amount of time it takes and everything that's going on, I just think it's so free some of that time up.
And especially as your roster building, right? I mean, the roster build, like early December. You think about early December for you or any head coach around the country.
And coach, the important thing in today's day and age, and I think that here we've done that, and that's been the support of so many people. Certainly the players coming back and the culture that these guys have continued to enhance.
From basically far sideline to near sideline. See, that one's getting hit by the wind and it got undercut.
That's exactly what happened. It's picked off, and so this great defense has a second interception in the ball game. They're going to blow it dead. Jalen McLean doesn't care, though. He's going to the house because he wants to.
That whole side doesn't care. Look at him. All the great team down there.
And that was one where the wind might have knocked down a little bit, but it's just a tad late too. And that's something, again, you're accustomed to seeing if it's a freshman out there, new offense. Yep.
But he's going to have to sit with that, right? He doesn't have a ton of experiences here at Ohio State, so that's his knowledge of what he did in this game. And now Jupe Mitchell with the catch a moment ago. That for Patrick Gerd, and Lincoln Kienholz trying to drive him down under a minute. Here they've used a timeout, 24 seconds. Should be the final drive of this first half as this goes to David Adolph. I thought you'd get to that before I did. We were close. To the sideline, and that's right to a defensive player. It's Inky Jones.
Jack Merrick, the tight end, stumbles out of his break. Otherwise, the ball was actually in a decent spot.
You gonna challenge that, Coach Meyer?
If I'm Coach D, I'm just looking at the clock. Let's get this bad boy going.
Again, having a guy go from being a few plays away to one play away, and then all of a sudden thrust it in as your starter at quarterback. That's why these reps right now for Julian Sang are incredible.
But again, with the length of this season, we're talking about a national championship game on January the 20th, Joel. So not only we're talking 16
after the regular season and have a transfer period and a signing day, and then we try to play more football is wild. And I think that should be changed. But it also brings up, depth that we've talked about, but also the veteran nature of who's having success, not only in college football, but even think about the NCAA tournament in men's basketball.
Yeah, we should be able to throw this one right behind him. Wow, boy, he decided to hand it off. We get in?
You want a touchdown, Coach?
All right.
There you go.
I would have thrown it.
Duke to Oklahoma State. Just think about that era of Big 12 ball when he was the head coach. Good run here, right down the middle.
It's a touchdown. Sam Williams-Dixon, the freshman from Pickerington. Love the memories, man. College football, no matter what this turns into, it's all memories in the end. For Sam Williams-Dixon, who's going to remember this day for a while, you'd have to imagine. That's something that you added when you were here, Coach. Take people through that tradition you started.
Yeah, it was actually started in 2001 at Bowling Green. I just wanted to have, we don't believe in hazing, but you want to also have people earn their passage. A lot of times I use the term you need.
Coach knows I love it.
Third down at 6 here for the offense. Final play of quarter number 3. Nolan for Jupe Mitchell.
Good throw right there, guys.
He's got a live arm, doesn't he, Joel?
It's a multitasking. Coach Meyer, you have friends everywhere in this place, don't you?
I do. I have a great friend.
These teams, to these players, that rivalry, and how lucky are we that we get to experience it?
Yeah, we'll see it all the way through the season.
I saw him in a Mercedes-Benz once. I didn't see the M X'd out on that Mercedes-Benz that Cornell had.
You think it depends on the car?
I don't know.
How about that? It's a long way to go for Aaron Nolan to try to create, and instead it's Deontay Griffin, who was called for the penalty earlier. He wants to run all the way to Cleveland, and he's just going to keep going.
For the win!
The great team together down the sideline.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you enjoy that clip, make sure you click subscribe somewhere down here. From game highlights to exclusive interviews and rankings, we've got everything you need as a college football fan right here, College Football on Fox.